You guys have asked quite a few times, how do I do Royal Arena? What are my suggestions and recommendations? Well, that's what we're going to be discussing today. I'm going to show you what I utilize in Royal Arena, as well as what I think everybody should be doing to help promote everybody else's Royal Arena. Let's go and have a look together. Hey guys, Mountain here, bringing you another Learning Corner video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the Royal Arena, what it is that I do in the Royal Arena. And there's one particular trick that I do recommend that everybody does, and we'll get into that towards the end of the video itself. But let's go and have a look. The Royal Arena can be a little bit tricky, simply because it is highly dependent on what everybody else is doing. It's not like a set thing like a Portal Monster, for example, or it's not a set thing like the Golem and that sort of thing. So you can't turn around and say this is 100% the best march that you can use, because it varies. If you go against somebody who's lazy, for example, and they've gone and put in all infantry, one march is not going to do as well as another march, for example. Or you've got somebody who has gone with a crit of 40% and they're using 6 troop types. They're going to have a better chance at beating you than somebody who has gone in with a rainbow of troops with 0% crit, for example. So it's very difficult to say this is the best formation or this is the worst formation. What I can do is I can show you what I utilize and explain to you how well that does or does not work. And then I can show you my defensive setup and show you how well that does or does not work and what sort of tips and tricks I can give you. Right, so the first thing is when you come to your game, you're going to come into this cathedral looking tower at the end over there, and that's where your Royal Arena is when it's on and it's active. And the first thing is you're going to click on your claim button, and this refreshes every 6 hours. So you can come in here and you can claim, and it's not a lot, but it's some free resources. At the top here is the loot button, where you click that and then you either loot or you refresh to get to your next set of loot. On the side over here, it shows you how many trophies you currently have. It shows you what your rankings are, and it shows you where you can set your troops. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, it won't let you loot or anything until you set troops. And I'll get into setting troops just now. It shows you your win rate and your win rate for looting and your win rate for defense. And there's a battle log over here that shows you the people who have defeated you and what and who you can actually potentially try and revenge against. Now you'll notice my win rate here for defense is 0, and that is actually on purpose, and I'll get into that just now. I just want to talk about the attacking side of things first. Right, so if I go to loot, as you can see, you click refresh and it gives you a new set of people to try and defeat. Now, unfortunately, this particular time it gave me a really hard case because I've got a 42, a 41, and a 40. So odds are I'm not going to be able to beat all of these and then refresh targets immediately. I am only a stronghold 31 after all. Sometimes you're lucky and you get ones where you can defeat all 5, move on, or defeat all 5, move on, defeat all 5, and so on and so on. But we'll get into that as well shortly. Let's just have a look and see how it goes here and what my march is comprised of. Right, so for my attacking, I utilize Dindrain and Brutus, same as if I was doing Golem and that sort of thing, because of the extra bowman damage. The infantry and my bowmen on the first tier are equal. They're both sitting at 30%. Okay, both sitting at 30%. Then I go with 10% of my highest tier cavalry. From there, I come down and I've got a crit of 36%, so I do utilize a crit march. I find it does a lot more damage for me personally, and it's easier for me that way. Then going down to the next tier, I've got 10% again of infantry this time. Then I've got 5% of my second cavalry, and I've got 15% of my second bowman. You want to get more bowmen because they do more damage in a match than anybody else does, simply because they live the longest. Infantry, then cavalry, then bowmen. They attack in that order. So what happens is your infantry block of infantry and cavalry comes in and kills infantry first, generally speaking, and then bowmen get killed. So what happens is your bowmen is where they stick around the longest because they get attacked last. So they're going to be doing more damage to your opponent. So you want a bit more bowmen in your attacks than you generally want in your infantry. But you want a good size of infantry because that is the wall that your opponent hits first. And they got to get past your infantry to get to your bowmen. So you want a good defending wall, and then you want a good attacking a set of troops at the back end, which will be your archers. Okay, so what I do is, this is the same formation that is on my PvE calculator. The calculator's got the PvE and the PvP setup. The link will be down in the description. This is the older one, but it's still the same on the older one for the PvP side of it. So what I do here is I use the PvP crit march formation, and I put in my troop capacity there, and it will automatically tell me how to split this down. Now, normally I get, I would say, around about 60% win rate. Now, remember, I'm only stronghold 31, well, 31 now. I was stronghold 30. I clicked that too soon. I was stronghold 30, so it was 30, it was around 60% at stronghold 30. I haven't really tested it at 31 until now, and unfortunately, you'll notice my loot rate is very low, but that's simply because of the cyclone that we had, and I had no internet connection. I haven't actually been doing the Royal Arena, so I'm very far behind on this one, and I'm now starting to try and catch up. So it is a bit low at the moment, but it's usually around about 60%, and I usually get to rank silver 3, which I don't think is bad for a stronghold. Well, as I said, it was stronghold 30, so I don't think that's bad for stronghold 30. Maybe somebody out there has got a better march formation and that sort of thing, but we're looking at around about stronghold 30. If you've got a better result and you're stronghold 30, not 35, for example, and upwards, because you're going to have a higher march capacity. You're going to have access to better troops and that sort of thing. On the same level as where I am, around, say, stronghold 30, 31, if you've got a better result, please feel free to drop the comment down below. I learn as much as you guys do from these videos. So that way I can maybe try yours out and see if it is better, and if it is better, I can present it to the people as well. But that's what I utilize, right? So if you go to click on loot and you say march, you can click the cross to make it quicker. And then what I do every time is, win or lose, I stop and I go, right, what did I win or lose against? In this case, I'm a Dragon 60, he's a Dragon 68. He lost 3,500 troops. Basically, I lost 230,000 troops, right? So there's no ways I can beat this guy, right? So why is that? Oh, look, my stats, I haven't actually set myself correctly. This is a good lesson for all of you. You can see that I learned that I remember in the hard way. Get your equipment correct. Get your heroes correct. My heroes are still set from when they were farming. So give me a second to change these over. Right, so he had lost 3,500 troops. We lost 230,000. Let's try that one again and see now. Okay, so he still defeated us, but this time he lost 62,500 troops. So it's a very big difference. Remember to set your equipment, guys. Right, so now we can go down and have a look. All right, how many tombs has he got? Okay, the guy's got 37 tombs of war. I've only got 11. Okay. I am better than him stats-wise, but being stronghold 40, he will be much better than me in terms of what troops he's got. Let's see. He's got tier 11 infantry, cavalry, and bowmen. Okay, and I'm sitting with tier 10 and tier 9. So that's why. Now, if we go to the top again, we can see what the heroes themselves did. Brutus killed 16,000 infantry on his own. Dendraine killed 3,400 infantry on her own. His King Anguish killed nobody, and his Uther managed to kill less than either one of my heroes killed. So the march formation is good, guys. He's got a crit of 30%. I got a crit of 36%. So in this particular case, had it literally not been because of his higher tier troops, I'm pretty certain we would have won that one. Right. Now, if I lose and I see the difference is, say, 50,000 between the number of troops that I've lost and what he's lost, I will keep looting again and again because of Brutus's ability only working 20% of the time and your crit march only working according to what it is, so 30% or 36%. There's a 3 in 50 chance that they're going to succeed with getting both off. Okay, so effectively you have to do it. Well, 3 in 50 is the shortest fraction that you can actually get, but let's see, 1.5 out of 25. So it's 0.75 out of 12.5. So I would say if you did it 20 times roughly, you should get your ultimate result. But you can't do it 20 times, obviously. But if we do it multiple times, you'll see that the results do change. This time he lost 78,000 troops. Still nowhere near the 230. So in this particular case, I know it's pointless to keep trying against this guy. So here we go against a 31, stronghold 31. And let's see, there we go. We defeated him. My dragon was 60, his was 63. I lost 650 troops. He lost 234,000 troops. Okay. He's got 9 tombs. I got 11 tombs. His stats are extremely low, which means he's probably sitting in farming gear at the moment at this rate. So his stats are probably just under 4K, but we still would have defeated him anyway. All right, so we're going to go to the stronghold, the stronghold 34 guy. Let's loot him. Okay, we beat him as well, 60 to 64. I lost 82,000. He lost 226. Stronghold 41. Okay, we defeated him. Our dragon is stronger than his. He lost more troops than we did, 137,000. He's got more tombs than I have. His stats are a bit low for Stronghold 41, so he's probably sitting in farming gear as well. But that would mean that his stats would be at 6% and 5%. So they would be on par roughly with ours. He's using the Cadogan and the Brutus. As you can see, Cadogan did nothing. Brutus killed 13,000. My Brutus killed 16,000. And Dindrain killed 4,324. He's got a crit of 4.5% compared to our 36%. That's a very big difference there as well. He's using T12 and T11, and we still defeated him. It shows you that having the right heroes in defense, I would not use Cadogan and Brutus. I would use Cadogan and Madoc because you want that high defense wall on your infantry. He would need to, I would suggest that he gets his crit march up as soon as possible and have a look at his stats, because at 41 he should not be having such low stats. All right, let's try at the stronghold 42, and we beat the 42 as well. Our dragon is weaker than his by 3 levels. We lost much less troops than he lost. Why is that? Okay, he's sitting with 30 war tombs compared to our 11. But again, look at his stats. His stats are only 3.5k. Now, if he's got farming gear on, for example, that could be 4,000. That could be potentially 5,000. We don't know. Let's go look at what he's got. He's utilizing Uther and Anguish. They used to be good, not good anymore. He needs to get his NS3 heroes desperately for that. He's only got a 13% crit chance, and he's running with T12s and T11s and a T10 bowman. Okay. I don't know why he's doing that. Infantry, cavalry, infantry, bowman, cavalry. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he's got his setup like that. But anyway, so there we managed to defeat the 42. So we're a stronghold 31, and we've taken on a 41. We've taken on a 42. But that's because of our statistics, our crit chance, the fact that we have the NS2 heroes in the attack, and the fact that we are using a good march formation. Now we get to refresh the target, and I didn't think we were going to succeed that one because we had so many 40s, but okay, lucky for us. Here we go. We're going to try the stronghold 37. Here we go. Here's one we lost again, 60 to 67, 89,000 to 230,000. So a very big gap that Brutus and the crit charge cannot overcome. So it's pointless to keep trying and trying and trying. He's sitting on 29 tombs, and his stats are generally, other than 2 of his main stats, are lower than ours. But again, let's have a look at what he's got in terms of heroes and troops. He's got Boars and King Anguish, which, as you can see, did nothing between the heroes. Zero kills whatsoever. My 2 heroes did over 20,000 kills there. His crit, he's got no crit at all, which is really bad for a 37. Come on. We're on 36. And he's running, now look at all these different troops. He's running a Rainbow March. So what we're going to do is we actually have a good opportunity here to try something else. So we're going to go, let's close that, and we're going to go again. But this time, what we're going to do is we're going to select a different formation, okay, simply because we want to reset it. And what we're going to do is here we're going to be putting King Uther, because Uther, his ability against the Rainbow March is really, really strong. And we're going to leave Brutus in for now, okay. Now we're going to look at what our troop formation is, 230, 260. So I'm just going to come back here into my Excel document, 230, 260. Okay, and let's go look at what we're going to be setting up. All right, so we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go with 69078. Now, again, this is just because I like to be precise. You don't have to be precise. Obviously, you can just estimate it. Once you know 30% and 10% and 15%, you can just estimate it yourself. 69078. Then here we got a 10% again, 23026. No, it's 23. Sorry, it's 23. Yeah, it's 23026. Yes, 23026. Never mind. Okay, hold on. 23026 was correct. Okay, then we're going to come down here, and then here we're going to put 11513, and then the balance goes into here. Is that correct? 539. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to test it again, this time with Uther and Brutus. Okay, and let's just have a look and see what happens here. Okay, so he lost 87,000 troops. Okay, we're going to go down all the way and have a look at what happened here. As you can see, 5,000, 6,000, 13,000, 14,000 troops Uther killed, and 22,000 troops Brutus killed. Okay, let's try that one again and see what happens if we do it again. This time he lost 112,000. Now, it's still not a big enough gap that we can defeat him. But this is just to show you that you can actually tweak your marches in between to what it should be, or what would potentially defeat your opponent. So that's why I say when it's about 50,000, I keep marching and I try different things. And I'll look at the breakdown and see what troops does he have. Does he have a Rainbow March? Does he have a Crit March? Does he have, for example, 50% in infantry, 20% in cavalry, and 30% in bowmen? If that's the case, then I need more cavalry to take on the infantry, for example, to get past that infantry wall. So you can actually tweak it quite a bit. So we're just going to test these out quickly, all of these, and have a look. This time he lost 93,000 troops. This time he lost 118,000. And again, we won't win this one because the gap is too big. It's just to see the difference that we can make. 91,000. And 94,000. So between 87,000 and 118,000. That is a huge, huge difference. That's 31,000 troops killed by tweaking and playing around a little bit. So yeah, that's just something that you guys can actually look at doing yourselves. Now I'm just going to switch this back to Dindrain, and we're going to try and march against the next guy. Let's have a look. So his dragon is 6 levels higher than ours. He lost 130,000 and we lost 122,000. So how come we still lost? We did defeat more troops. Well, let's go have a look. He's got 19 tombs, we got 11. That doesn't come into the fact of why he lost or we won. But what does is the fact that he's got 148,000 that survived. We've got 107,000 that survived. So what the game does is it takes into consideration the ratio of kills compared to survivors on both sides, and whoever's got the higher ratio is the one who ultimately wins. Now we look at the rest of our stats. We had 6k. Our lowest is 5.6. We beat him basically everywhere. Obviously we still got to work up our prestige some more, as you can see at the bottom here, and our dragon and that sort of thing. His dragon is 6 levels higher, I think it was. His dragon is 6 levels higher. Right, so let's go look at what he's got. He's using Uther and he's using King Anguish because he's defending against a Rainbow March, potentially. His Uther, you saw our Uther, how much damage, how many kills our Uther got against the Rainbow March. He's going against a Crit March. didn't even get 1,000 kills. So Uther only works against Rainbow March, and his King Anguish got 0 kills. We got 33,000 kills between Brutus and Dindrain. He's got 31%, we got 36%, and he's utilizing a crit march of 6. Right, what does this tell us? This tells us that if Brutus and the crit march didn't succeed the way it was ideally supposed to, we could be still doing a lot more damage, which means that troop kills of his, he lost 130,000 troops and we lost 122,000, could change drastically. We could kill a lot more troops. So we're going to try it again, and we're going to go loot, same formation, and we're going to say try it again, and let's see this time. 136 versus 126. Okay, we still got a few more tries. Let's try it again. This time we defeated him. We killed 139, but we only lost 105. Perfect. So now our ratio of kills over survivors versus his ratio of kills over survivors was better, which means that we won the overall. Here we got a 43. I expect to have a huge difference. He's probably going to kill 200,000. We might kill less than 1,000. Let's have a look. We killed 17,000 against his 230. He's got a level 70 dragon, so a maxed out dragon. He's sitting on 54 tombs, and his stats are generally speaking higher than ours, with the exception of 4. So there's no two ways about it. That 43 definitely washed us, and there's nothing we could really do about that. Going against this 31, we defeated him. I'm just going to fly through it now because I don't want this video to be too long. It's probably going to be too long already. So we got these two here that we didn't defeat, so now we can't refresh our targets. Right, so that's effectively what we do. We have a crit formation because we've got a high enough crit. We go in with that and we set it correctly, where you got a good infantry wall and you got a really good bowman attack behind it that's going to lob everything off at your opponent. Okay. The rankings wise, the way it works obviously is once you get to a certain number of points, in this case, silver 1, silver 2 is 137,000. Let's have a look. We're sitting on 136,551. So we are really close to the next level. Once we do that, we'll jump obviously to silver level 2, and we get better daily chest rewards and better season rewards. Again, after that, we're going to be looking at 158,000 to get to the next silver level 3, and then so on and so on as you go up. And obviously the rewards are a lot better the higher you go. Your rank production depends on, let's have a look. We are currently on silver 1. So we have 39k of protected food. We can store 130k and we make 13,000 food per hour. Now, if we go up to silver 3, that's 15,000 food per hour, 45k protected, and 150k storage. If we go up to gold 1, it's 16,000 per hour, and so on. So again, it goes up and up all the way up to master level 3, which gives you a lot better storing of your goods, your food, the protection of your food, and the production of your food. So these rank rewards are given according to what level you got at the end of the season. And obviously, if you get your way all the way up to the master, you get yourself one of these accolades, which is time limited. So it only lasts for a certain period of time, in this case 28 days, but it gives you an additional troop attack of 6%. All the way to the best one, which is again only 28 days, and a best troop attack bonus of 10%, which makes a huge difference. Right, so that's how we do the looting, and that's how we do our attacking. Let's now look at our battle log and our defense. Right, we're going to do defense first, and then we're going to look at battle log. Now, this is where in the beginning I said to you something that everybody should be doing. The way that it works, okay, is literally according to rankings. Okay, you get trophies, these trophies here, or these trophies here. You get those trophies according to your looting only. Nothing to do with defense. Okay, you can lose everything on defense and it will not affect your trophies whatsoever. Okay, you can go into your battle log and you can revenge and beat everybody there, and it will do nothing to your trophies whatsoever. The only way to get those trophies is with the looting. Okay, looting, and you can claim here every 6 hours. Okay, you concentrating on getting high in the ranks, so is everybody else. Okay, so your defending troops, because you can't gain any trophies out of it, which is the point of Royal Arena, technically doesn't mean anything. All it is you're setting up a formation that somebody else in the world is going to be attacking, trying to get their own trophies. Okay, now this is how it works. You get X amount of trophies, you go up a level. Everybody who gets those trophies goes up to the next level. Everybody who gets those trophies goes up to the next level, and so on all the way to Master 3. Now, what's currently generally happening, as you saw by these marches, for example, this 43, let's just do it again quickly, and then I can show you. Right, let's go all the way down here to battle details, and we're going to go to the bottom. As you can see here, this guy set up a defensive strategy with this troop formation that you see over here. Okay. The problem with this is that it makes it actually very difficult for somebody else to beat you. If you're a higher level, it's very difficult to beat you. Now, if somebody beats you, you lose nothing. The only I know I'm going around in a circle, but I'm trying to get this through so that you can understand that the only thing that matters technically in Royal Arena is looting. You want to progress in Royal Arena, make sure your looting is set correctly. It's the only thing that matters to Royal Arena. So why do we bother setting defending troops? Well, number one, you have to. And number two, it gives something for somebody else to actually target so that they can get further in their rankings, right? So when you are, the way it stands now, this 43, for example, has an incredibly difficult formation for me as a 31 to get past. But if he had made it easier, he loses nothing. It just means I get higher in my rankings, which means that everybody gains. How does everybody gain? Simply put, the more people that go up in each of the rankings, the more chances that you're going to come across a 32 instead of a 43, for example. How do we then set it that everybody can get higher, quicker, and easier? Simply put, if you go to set troops and you put in possibly the worst formation you possibly can, so that your people who are attacking you can actually beat you. So what I actually normally set it to, let me show you here. I don't know why it showed you that formation there, but my formation that I set it to is I choose two of my absolute worst heroes, and I set it to be all bowmen, and I say save. I say confirm. So what that means is I've got the worst, because the bowmen are little squishy things. My opponent can come in with half the number of troops and kill all those bowmen easily. I've set my defending troops to the worst possible formation I can on purpose, because what that means is that anybody who attacks me is going to beat me. As you can see, my win rate is 0. If I go look at the battle log, I can look at the defense victory log. There's nothing. 0. I haven't won a single match. Not one match. And I lose nothing out of it. What I gain out of it is somebody else has got more points, which means they're going to get to the next tier, same as I am, and they're going to possibly be a 31 or a 19 or a 28 or a 36, but not a 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, for example. By doing it this way, if we all put the worst possible defensive formation we can into the game, we lose nothing. Everybody gets higher levels, which means we get a better chance of going against people we can actually compete against, and we can then get higher in the rankings ourselves. That is why my win rate is 0% on defense. Now, if everybody did that, we would all get higher in the rankings, get better results. Obviously, we still at a 31 for 31, for example, I would still not get to master level, but I could probably get to gold and platinum, maybe even diamond, because these guys here, when they are looting, are going to be going against guys of their own caliber. So somebody, for example, like myself, I go against more people like myself. I'm still in the silver range. These guys are all in platinum and diamond or in master range, and they're going to be versing other masters, other diamond, other platinum. So you still, all the big guys who are still winning the prizes are still going to win the prizes, but we are still all going to be able to get further than we were getting before. Then what you can do is you come to your defense log after that, and you'll notice that you've actually been defeated a lot. Yay! That's what you want. Simply because when they defeat you, they might take your resources. Okay, so the way it works, they attack you. When they defeat you, they take from your resources that you have gathered up here. Obviously, this amount here stays protected, and they can't take that. So you'll always have this much. So when I come in and claim, I'm always on that lowest amount. But when I go to the battle log, I can reclaim a lot of those victories by going revenge, selecting my formation, march, and attack. And if they defeat you here, they would have defeated you, odds are, anyway. So let's just have a look. Odds are, okay? Because now you're using your best march against their defense. So it would have been the same thing anyway. So if they beat you here, they would have probably beat you in the game, okay? So in this particular case, the guy had 176,000 left over from his 143,000 loss. My win to loss ratio is lower than his, so he defeated me. I come to the next one. I say revenge, march, boom, bang. I won that one. Now I get those resources, but it doesn't go to that stack that can be looted. That just comes straight to me. So nobody can take it away from me. So this way I get resources that go straight to my castle. Nobody can take it away from me. I still get to get all the resources from the people that defeated me, which I wouldn't have got before, by the way. If they attacked me and I beat them, if my defense was better than theirs, I would not have got resources for that. They just took my resources by beating me. I've now taken my resources back, so I've lost nothing. But it's straight to my castle. Here's a stronghold 40. Let's go revenge. Click there. We lost this one. Big difference. Not too stressed about it. And as you can see, revenge success. These are the previous ones that I have done that I've already won. Now, if I go to this one, for example, this is the 32. But he did beat me. I couldn't beat him. But that's because he's got 304,000 march. So my march is only 230,000. So he's got a 70,000 troop buff over mine. But it could be that Brutus and the critical march didn't work. So I'm going to try it again. Still defeated me. 119, 103, 180, 127. So the other big difference here is that it takes 10 minutes for your revenge to cool down. So let's say, for example, it was really close with this 32, which I think it was. Not that 32, sorry. Let's go down a bit. Where is it? There we go. With this 32. Now, I think it was close enough to that it's worth trying again. In 10 minutes' time, I can come back and I can try and revenge him again. And I can just keep doing that until either I give up or new ones come in and he eventually gets kicked off the list. Right. So that, guys, is Royal Arena. That's how I do Royal Arena, and that is my recommendation for you guys. In looting, go with a crit march, depending on what your crit is. If you don't have a high enough crit, do the best that you can. It's still better than doing a rainbow because, as you can see, a lot of people are still using Uther, and Uther is going to destroy you if you're having a rainbow defense. Defense-wise, though, I suggest go with your two worst heroes that you can and maximize out on bowmen because they are the squishiest. Let people beat you. You can get your resources back so you don't lose anything. You can get your resources back and you can help other people get higher in the ranking so that when you go up, you're going against people that are potentially easier to defeat than somebody who's a much higher level than you are. 43 against a 30, for example, or a 30 against a 24, for example. That's how it works. That's how my recommendation is. Otherwise, guys, that's it for Royal Arena. I hope this has helped you guys out. I hope that it all makes sense, and I hope I didn't talk in a circle too much. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. If you liked this video, you learned anything, please hit the like button down below. And then if you want to know whenever I do more Learning Corner videos or Golem marches or anything like that, please hit the subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I go live. And as you can see up over there, according to YouTube, we don't have anywhere near the number of subscribers that we should have. According to YouTube, 65%, well, where is it again? No, it's over there. According to YouTube, 65% of you are not subscribed yet. So I would appreciate it if you do like these videos or you find them informative. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out immensely. We've managed to get ourselves up to 389 subscribers currently. So we're trying to push for the 1,000 subscriber mark. If you do like these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe and the bell notification icon. It will help me out immensely. Otherwise, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Until the next video, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.